brain training and remembering names. Now, there's nothing worse, no greater crime socially than forgetting someone's name. Although it is very common and the problem seems to be growing. People have got so bad at it that they actually tend to pre-apologise before they've even been given the name. You'll have heard it. Hi, pleased to meet you. I'm terrible with names, so please forgive me if I forget yours. You may well have been in that awful position where no sooner have you finished shaking hands, that you sort of immediately know that you no longer know. You may even question if you heard the name at all. You then can spend the rest of however long awkwardly engaging and chatting, hoping there will be no need to call them by their name. Hoping even that no one that you know comes over to join in case you feel that they expect you to introduce them. And this whole time you're distracted, racking your brain, praying someone else will say the name before you have to. And even although the person may be in some way important to you, you'll find yourself looking for ways to escape, desperately wanting to avoid the embarrassment. A pretend visit to the toilet, or the bar perhaps, anything to get away. You may have even attempted to mumble what you think was the rough sound of the name, trying to get away with it. And sometimes, in the worst cases, there's no escape. Sometimes you just have to apologise and ask for their name again. And maybe once more using the "I'm terrible with names" as your excuse. If that's all been the case, well, the good news is there's 5 simple, easy to use, easy to master tools that you can start to use from today onwards. And even if you only manage to use and master a couple of them, I'm willing to predict that your ability to remember names will probably be much improved. No more a need to fear social situations because of a bad memory for names, along with other things you maybe have a bad memory for. This problem of thinking you have a bad memory only exists because of a few bad experiences early on in your socialization period of your development. Or perhaps it was a carryover from poor instructions in sport from school, which unfortunately you've actively perpetuated by proving your belief to be true. And the truth is, it's just not true at all. Or at least it doesn't need to be anymore. With the correct techniques, you will very quickly prove to yourself that you can easily remember names. This will have a massive knock-on effect for you. By simply changing the way that you program the data in the first place can bring a new sense of confidence for you. Once you prove to yourself the difference that you can create using these 5 simple steps, you'll be able to open up a whole new realm of exciting possibilities. Your brain is probably far more powerful than you think it is. And with the right tools and techniques, you might well be very surprised. You may well find out that your memory is actually great. Maybe even that your intelligence, your whole IQ, is superior to what you once thought it was. I know, because I did, when I had the experience. First time that I went all out with these tools and techniques and learned to memorize a pack of cards. Now, it was a long time ago now, but I can still vividly remember the amazement I felt. I had always been a middle-of-the-road type of student. You know, alright, but on the whole, pretty unremarkable. And that all changed for me when I learnt the rest of the tools I now teach in the Mind Power Memory Booster Brain Training Formula. I do have a thirst for knowledge now, happy to learn and absorb new things all the time. And I actually know now that I'm brighter than most, knowing that I can easily remember anything I want. I haven't proven it to myself. But more importantly, knowing that I'm able to recall it at will, draw on it, depend on it, and use it in spectacular ways. Over the years I've mastered my subject, and always feel confident engaging and sharing with others because of it. And it's these same tools that created that for me, and they are also available for you, because they're a part of my brain training formula. In it I train 5 of the most powerful memory tools available. And the weird thing is, these tools are not new, and they're not difficult, but for some strange reason they've been largely kept secret. If I'd been taught half of these memory skills when I was at school, even when I was first starting out my original career, I have no doubt that I would have been far more successful, far quicker than it ended up taking. Now, I learned all of these tools over 20 years ago now. Ironically, these tips, tricks and mnemonic devices have been pretty much open source for a very long time. A couple of them are hundreds of years old. One of them is even older. These tools and these skills and this knowledge was once coveted by kings, leaders, mystics, but then they were hidden from view. And if you're interested, you'll learn why in the full training. So they are out there, scattered about the place in various trainings, books, or even on Wikipedia. Though they do seem to be shared and written about in a rather overly complicated and theoretical way. And they also haven't until now seemed to have been put all in one place. And more importantly, de-jargonized, so that they're easy to understand and use by everyone that's interested. So anyway, sign up in the box at the side of this video and go through the very short and easy free training. Master the 5 steps to remembering names and begin to delight in your newfound memory skill. Oh, and I'll also send you a couple of extra tips and tricks over the next few days to add to your knowledge. Enjoy!